Hey, my name is Gracie. I'm Gracie Be Fit. So I've been gluten-free for over 10 years. Can you believe it? 10 years. And not until this last year is when I actually finally healed myself. And I finally figured out what it was. So I've been suffering for not 10 years because this year I actually finally healed, but 9 years of still having intestinal pain, still having, I couldn't use the restroom. I was severely constipated my entire life. Going to the restroom was probably one of the hardest things in my life, okay? And when you don't go to the restroom, you're not secreting your estrogen, your hormones. And so that also causes a lot of hormonal issues, which now I have developed a thyroid disease called Hashimoto's. So this year, I finally did it. I finally fixed it. I was on a gluten-free diet for literally my 10 years, and I still never got any kind of, relief from it. And that was the thing that nobody understands is, like, I've been gluten-free for so many years, and yes, it's helped a little bit, but it hasn't really healed the overall problem. So one way that I healed that was because I figured out through a breath test is that I developed SIBO. SIBO is an overgrowth of bacteria in your small intestines. That probably happens because I couldn't use the restroom. When you can't use the restroom, you get a buildup of bacteria and toxins that you can't release. So through that, I was able to get on this special antibiotics, which actually the antibiotics are over $2,000 in the US. Can you believe that? So of course my insurance isn't going to be covering it. So actually I had to go elsewhere to get the antibiotics, which was all the way from Canada. Can you believe that? Canada. So I actually ended up getting it for $100 cash versus $2,000. It was insane. And I took that and I still didn't feel like, did I get any relief from it? But after about a month is when I finally found out that, my body had to kind of process that and then get over any kind of bacteria that it was pushing out after the fact of being on these antibiotics. And so once I got through that, I waited about a month, and lo and behold, I don't have to be on any kind of medication to use the restroom. I was actually using Linzess pretty recently just to be able to go to the bathroom, and I hated taking medication. And so now all I am is on some vitamins, some probiotics, and eating healthy and exercising and drinking my water. And man, I have never felt better in my whole life. I'm managing my hormones better. I'm managing my just my overall reactions intestinally. So I used to react to almost every kind of food. I mean, it was ridiculous. I was like, what is it this time? Is it the fruit I ate? Is it the vegetable I ate? What is it, right? I'm on gluten-free diet. I've done everything right. So what is it? I'm so fed up. I was wanting to give up, honestly. I just felt so alone in this. And before I went on this antibiotics, I did a blood test, which came out to have a lot of sensitivities, food sensitivities. So what I did is I went over my food sensitivities. I took those out. So I went on an anti-inflammatory diet, which this diet, I don't even like to say diet. It's just food, okay? But I knew for myself what was inflaming myself. There's so many like low FOD diets and this and that, but you know what? Every single person is different of what they're reacting to and what they're not reacting to. It was fruits, it was vegetables that I normally would eat. It was nuts like cashews that I would normally eat. When I did fitness competitions, I ate a lot of the same stuff. And so by eating a lot of the same stuff over and over again for a couple of years, you develop sensitivities to it. So there's so many ways to fix and heal your body, okay? But you have to look at your whole system. And part of that is your mind, part of that is your nutrition, and part of that is your supplements, because your supplements are so important. I removed my supplements for about 2 or 3 months, thinking like, I think I'm okay. I don't really need them. oh boy, when I introduced it back in and I'm like, I'm feeling really tired, I'm starting to kind of get inflamed again. As soon as I started those supplements and vitamins, like, I am a whole new woman. So I swear, vitamins, okay, you need the right supplements for your body, whether it's vitamin D, B12, B6, your probiotics is so important. There's so many, CoQ10, those are, you have to heal your entire body and you have to continue to heal your body. This is not a one time and you're done. This is a one time, get your inflammation down, and then you'll have a much better life and your daily life isn't going to be a struggle, but you have to keep on it, right? And so what I do is I help people, coach them through figuring out what are your food sensitivities. Okay, now let's remove those food sensitivities. Let's get you on a nutrition plan and also a supplement plan where we're going to be giving you vitamins that really help heal you during this process. Also, healing your mind. So my cortisol levels were extremely high, which means my stress levels. Anything that stressed me out, my cortisols were up to here because of my inflammation in my body. Guarantee your cortisol levels are probably high if you're feeling super inflamed, lethargic, whatever it may be. So bringing your stress levels down, that's not only through supplements and your food, but it's also through mindset, reframing your mind and doing some like maybe meditation, yoga, and just changing your mind and like continually exercising it just like you would your body. The other thing, the third pillar that I work on is we have nutrition for healing, we have mental for healing, but also lastly, we have our physical. Now our physical, people with autoimmune, people with gut health, people that are inflamed, trainers don't understand that when you give them a training plan, if you overdo that plan, okay, you give them a little bit too much to do when they already have an autoimmune response, you're putting the body in a detrimental place. You're inflaming the body more. So it's really important that the physical plan that you get, with your workouts, that it is something that is not stressing the body. Because what we want to do is de-stress the body, bring down your inflammation, and heal you as a whole. So I give you nutrition, I give you, a supplement plan, also mental health plan, as well as your physical health. So getting you super toned and sexy. And we work on like, what are your results you want to do? Do you want to gain weight because you lost a ton of weight and gain some muscle? Do you want to lose weight because you gained a lot of weight, and you're bloated and you're feeling like I'm inflamed, I'm swollen. I've literally gone through it all. So I've gone through gaining a lot of weight when I couldn't go to the restroom. It was right before I found out I had celiac disease. I looked pregnant. Everyone's like, "Are you pregnant?" I was like, "No, I'm not." And then the second thing, I was like, I'm super inflamed. Like my face looked swollen. Okay. So then I couldn't eat anymore because I literally couldn't go to the restroom. I couldn't release it. So I was so full and compacted that I was literally breathing toxins into my body, through my intestines, into my bloodstream. And so I lost 40 pounds in about 2 weeks. So I went from 145 pounds to about 99 pounds. I looked like sick. I was so skinny, my legs were the size of my arms, and I felt so terrible about myself, I didn't feel like I looked good, I didn't feel happy, and so it took me 10 years to get to this point, but it doesn't need to take you 10 years, because I figured out what we all need, and each person is different. So if you're going through like, say, your thyroid is inflamed, maybe you have a hyper or hypo. The thing is, when you have celiac disease, you also might get another autoimmune disease, okay? But even if you don't have celiac disease, maybe you have just a gluten intolerance. Okay, that gluten intolerance is going to be attacking your thyroid every time you get hints of gluten. And we all get small hints of it. every so often because someone messes up in the, when we go out to eat, or maybe we ate something and it didn't totally say gluten-free certified, we get it. So you have to support your thyroid because your thyroid also supports your gut health. And so, it's funny that I had a thyroid issue and a hormonal issue and I couldn't use the restroom because your thyroid, as soon as I got on a thyroid support supplement, is when it started really helping me use the restroom. And your thyroid has a huge, huge influence on your gut health. And so supporting that through healthy fats like omega-3s, fish oils, fishes, avocado, nuts, seeds, chia seeds, that kind of stuff. Those are things that we need to implement. And so when you go to these coaches or maybe people in the fitness world that do shows, they don't specialize in autoimmune based nutrients that you need. People could tell me, hey, well, you need to be on a low fat diet and you need to do this. And yes, am I going to look good in the end? Oh, guaranteed, I'm going to look great. I'm going to get shredded. I'm going to get the abs. I'm going to get the muscle that I wanted. But is it detrimental to my health? Absolutely. Because then I can start to get inflamed again. And I feel it, you get foggy headed, you get super inflamed. So you feel like really exhausted, not energetic, lethargic, and it starts to develop, and then you get sick and you're getting sick all the time. So these are reasons why you need to go on a specific diet, or I hate saying the word diet, a specific nutrition plan that you can go and maintain your entire life. You're not cutting out all the things that you love, unless it's dairy, because then you're cutting that shit out. But these are things that we kind of look for and work together, to see what are you inflamed? Are you going to the restroom? What's your gut health look like? What do you physically feel? And then also just not feeling alone in this. You need someone to partner with to bounce off your feelings and say, hey, like I'm feeling really, really exhausted today. I kind of need some pep talk. I need a motivation. These are things that a coach like myself will help you along the way, that understands exactly what you're going through. Unless they go through what you're going through, they really won't know how to help you. And so I just want to help as many people as I can because I figured it out and it is amazing. I have never felt so amazing in my life. And this has been 10 years. It's been 29 years of feeling like crap. And yes, I did say my age. 29 years of not going to the bathroom, of feeling like when I go to trips with friends or family, when I do events, I am just like nervous I need to be near the restroom. I need to have my food near me. Like I just, it's so much anxiety that comes alongside your autoimmune or your gluten intolerance, like that people just don't understand. And so if you want to jump on a call with me, I would love to call and just give you some information of how I can help and just maybe things you can do along the way if you, maybe can't do the help right now, but just things that might work and just be a friend to you. So I hope you guys got a lot of information out of this and I hope it helps. And if you have any questions, please reach out.